They will call you crazy over and over again, to the point that actually you will start believing it. Every time you try to question, you try to understand why, there's nothing. They have to express this in this way. And then on top of that, they'll call you oversensitive, too dramatic, overreacting. And then for a long time, you actually believe them. You actually believe that you are all of those things. Until one day, until this day, everything changes. You flip the script. Watch this video. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So in this video today, I really wanted to talk about why they are calling you crazy, and basically why it is that when you leave these types of dynamics, okay, you end up actually really believing that you are the one that is in actual fact crazy, too sensitive, too dramatic, that there is something wrong with you. You believe this long after that person has left. And then you carry this forward thinking that, yeah, you know they're a narcissist, but you actually have this little belief about yourself. And this is indeed exactly what happened to my client. And she has let me talk about her experience in this video. And I just want to say that she wanted so many of you to take the message from this interaction or this encounter that she has had with a narcissist. She was, in fact, in a relationship with him. And, you know, because I wanted to use this as an example because I feel like it echoes so many of your experiences as to what actually has happened and why you carry on thinking that you're the one that is to blame, that there is something not quite right with you. And that isn't the actual fact. What happens, it's just, do you know what? It's just what they make you believe. They make you think that there's something wrong with you. Okay, so I'm going to talk about what's happened to my client and how this situation can help you. Okay, so let me take you back to the beginning. So my client, let's call her Sarah. She said how amazing this relationship was. It started off magical, so beautiful, amazing, like everything that she has ever wanted. The kind of love that sweeps you off your feet. But that magic didn't last for long. It never does. Of course, it never does. Funny that. Little things started to happening, and he'd say something like, well, it's something that was cruel, something that was mean. And then he would disappear for hours and blaming Sarah for being insecure when she would call and say like, hey, like, what's going on? Is everything okay? And every time that she tried to speak up, he'd look her in the eyes and call her crazy. And you know what's scary? Sarah said that actually after a while, she actually thought maybe there is something wrong with her. So this, my friends, this is what gaslighting looks like. That person that you trust, that person that you fall in love with, that you let into your life, you let them into your life intimately as well. This is the betrayal of trust. It's subtle, it's slow, and it chips away at you. Sarah was saying that he'd change stories, rewrite history, twist her words. She'd walk into a conversation not knowing how this was going to end, whether she was going to be believed or whether she was going to be called some kind of name. And it left it questioning in her own mind because, you know what, he was calm, he was collective, Sarah was emotional, Sarah was upset, and she's the one that indeed did look crazy. And that's why he would say that to her. And this is all about reactive abuse. And I know that a lot of you have actually gone through this, where you feel like it's not even a version of yourself. You don't even feel like this is even you behaving like this, because it's not. You're being forced to react in a certain way. You actually don't have a choice. So you see, this is what happens. You don't get a choice in what happens next. You are manipulated into thinking a certain way, into behaving a certain way. And that's where it becomes really damaging until the script flips and you notice. And this is what exactly happened to Sarah. She realized, she thought, hold on a minute, hold on. This keeps happening every time I try to speak to you, every time I try to find some sort of common resolution, and I realized that something's not right. Like, this shouldn't be happening in this way. And this, in fact, is called the turning point. So what happened next? Sarah stopped trying to explain herself, stopped chasing closure, and she got silent. And in that silence, she started listening, not to him, but to herself. And that's when Sarah reached out to me. She started therapy, and she started to understand and unpeeling all of those layers of understanding just actually what gaslighting really is. She started to connect the dots. She started learning about narcissistic abuse. And she realized that she wasn't being too sensitive, or that she was imagining these things. And that's when she finally left, you know, that's when she really got the courage to go, this is too much. Someone who loves me, someone who cares about me wouldn't do this, wouldn't always want something from me, wouldn't call me names. And that's when she braced herself for the storm and she left. She just literally left. But what comes next? So the moment that Sarah walked away, the mask dropped. He couldn't keep it together. The charm turned into rage. The silent treatments became obsessive messages. He told mutual friends that Sarah was unhinged, but Sarah didn't react. I told her to just keep quiet, say nothing, just keep your composure. Everything's going to be okay. And she let her silence speak volumes. And then the truth started to unravel. That's when people saw the real him and the reality of the situation. He exposed himself, and all she had to do was stand still. And you know what, my friends? I've done many videos about how the narcissist unravels. This is when you take your power back. You realize about yourself that you actually hold the power. And this is the thing, my friends, this is what narcissistic individuals want you to believe, is that you're weak, that you can't do this without them, that you need them, that you're the one that is weak, too sensitive. And you see, that's the thing, that's the projection. When you stand still, when you leave, you remove yourself, mind, body, and soul, you remove yourself from this person. That's when you realize that you're the one that holds the power, not this person, not them. It's you. And this is indeed what happened to him. He went into rage. He was the crazy one. He was the one that couldn't handle this, because he thought that she was weak, that he had her trapped, and that she couldn't see past this. He was trying to control Sarah. That's the control. Can you see, when someone is telling you something about yourself and you believe it, this is the trap. This is the trap. And the antidote to this is to reverse this and believe in yourself. The antidote is to build trust in yourself and believe you. This strengthens your intuition. This strengthens your resilience. You're not going to start believing what everyone else says. No, this is about you rising in your power. You're not crazy for feeling deeply. You're not wrong for asking questions. You're not too dramatic for needing clarity. And you're not too much for wanting real love. Okay, my friends, I really want you to remember that, because you're not too much. You have to start believing in yourself, knowing that you're the one, okay, that needs to start trusting your own voice. You need to start validating your experience. Trust you. And that's what it is. That's what narcissists fear the most, is that you're going to find out. You're going to know. You're going to see through this. They can't stand it. Can you see how much power Sarah got? It's not because she was being nasty. She was just being herself. She just literally was being herself. And that's the turning point, my friends. When you start believing in yourself and you see the power that really resides within you, this is where you rise. My friends, it takes strength to see the truth, and even more strength to walk away from someone who is doing this to you, who you loved, who you cared about, who you thought there was going to be a future, or even a parent, or even someone that you really cared about, like, you know, like someone in your family, friends, sibling. You've got to start putting yourself first, because that is what is most important. If any of you are struggling with this, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box below. I also go live on this channel once a week. If you have liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.